Hi, Lucy here. On this video, I'm going to talk about self-belief and self-belief being a starting point for where your thoughts land and what actions you take. So when you start with your beliefs and thinking I need to change what my beliefs are, or finding out what are my beliefs about things, that can be hard work, finding out, digging deep, and understanding what your beliefs are. And you might know a lot of them, but you don't want to be going searching for limiting beliefs, because you might be searching for something that you don't have, and it just takes a long time. So the thing here to do is to look at what you want to do, what you want to achieve. That's far more productive. That's far easier to do, because you know what you want to do, you know what you want to achieve. And when I say that, I mean, think big. What do I want to achieve? What's the big, massive, transformative thing I want to do? And what are all of the smaller things leading up to that huge thing that I can add in along the way? And then you might think, oh, well, I can't do that because. And that's where the beliefs come in, because your beliefs then affect your thoughts, and your thoughts, your actions. So what you're saying, what you're putting into place, all of those actions come from belief. So if you start at the end, if you start at what is the action you don't want to take, or you don't feel you can take because you don't believe you can do it, that is the place actually to start, rather than at the beginning and trying to change your beliefs. So when you start at this end and you go, I don't believe I can do that. I don't believe I can cycle up that hill. It's too high. It's too hard. My legs aren't strong enough. The thing to do is to keep going at that hill, going up it a little bit more. Every time you go up that hill, go up higher and higher and higher until you reach the top. This is something literally I have done over the last few months. And I went down this hill and I thought, there's no way I'm ever going to get up it. And little bit by little bit, I went higher and higher, and then was down. And then the next time I went higher. Because when you do that, you start to build your own belief that you can do that thing that you thought you couldn't before. And when you start to build that, everything else changes. Because if your beliefs change because you've taken the action already, because you've got up that hill, because you've got to the top, you've struggled, you've got your grit on, you've made sure that you're talking to yourself on the way up, I can do this, I can get there, I will get there. And you visualize yourself getting to the top of that hill, whatever your hill is, then you will get there. And now the belief that you can do it is there because you've done it. And when you've done that thing, you've already changed the belief. So everything else along the way then changes. So that belief now gives you new thoughts. I can climb that hill. I can get up that hill. And that changes the way you speak. I got up that hill, so I can do other things that are of that same kind of level. And your posture changes as well. You stand taller when you talk about it, when you think about it. And then not only will your speech change, what you're saying out loud or even internally, what happens then is more actions follow that. So if you can do that, what else can you do? It's like clicking a switch, flicking a switch, and knowing that because you did that one thing, there's something else you can do. And it's a catalyst. It's like a domino effect, if you like. One thing leads to the next, leads to the next. And that feeling is so good, and it's ingrained in you, especially if you've taken steps to get there. So like going up that hill, for me, I didn't do it in one hit. It was about 4 or 5 different tries to get up. And then I would turn around and come down. The next day, I would be up a little bit higher, and so on, until I reached the top. And so that was the difference. It was slowly but surely ingrained in me that if I had the grit to continue, that I would get there. Now I can take that action and those beliefs and add it into something else that I'm doing. And so when I find that other thing that I want to do, I just lean back into knowing that if I take the steps slowly but surely, step by step, getting higher and higher, that I will get there and I will make it. So once you find one thing you can overcome, then it's going to make the other things easier. And the other thing is fear. If you're afraid of doing something, the same thing applies. So you lean into a smaller fear. Maybe it's speaking to somebody you haven't spoken to for ages, and there was a bit of a ruckus before. And now you go, okay, it's been a while. So let me just pick up the phone to that person and see how they are and just say, what was that all about? You know, it really doesn't matter anymore. Are we okay? Can we talk about this? Can we talk it through? Maybe that's just a little fear that you lean into, but there's a real big fear somewhere inside that you want to conquer. But take it step by step by step until you build up a belief that you can do that. You survive the other side of fear, which is a whole other subject, and you've done it. It's releasing, it's empowering, it is uplifting when we do these things, because we hold ourselves back so much of the time. And I know I've done it, I still do it sometimes to myself, but I realize it now. And so I'm asking myself the question, what can I do to step closer to that thing that I want to achieve? What action do I need to take? Let me go take that. Let me see what the steps are. And if I can take those small steps, then I'm going to get there. And sometimes you don't even need to take small steps. You can just take a huge step, just do the thing, and you tick it off the list. And that's fantastic as well. Do check out the video that's popped up on the screen to see if it can help you even further.